Part 3 of sensory systems you wish you'd known about sooner. Interoception. Interoception's the sense that helps us understand what's going on inside our body. It involves the brain processing signals from internal organs, including our heart, our lungs, our stomach, our bladder. These internal signals are then processed by the brain and signal to tell us if we're too hot or too cold, to know if we're hungry or full up, if we need to go to the toilet. You get the drift. It's closely linked to our ability to recognise our emotions. Emotions are often experienced through our bodily sensations, for example, a racing heart when we're anxious. And interoceptive signals provide the context that the brain needs to interpret these sensations as specific emotions. And our ability to regulate these emotions, if we've got a good interoceptive awareness, we're going to better understand and recognise our emotional responses and therefore be able to regulate better. Our own interoceptive accuracy is also linked to our ability to empathise, particularly in situations where empathy involves shared feelings, such as feeling someone else's pain. As parents and other caregivers correctly interpret and respond to their child's needs, the infant begins to understand their internal experience. This interaction is crucial for the child's development of self-awareness and emotional intelligence. By reflecting our child's experience through words, for example, "You're feeling hungry," or "You seem sad," "You look excited," the child begins to link these labels to their internal experience. This process helps them differentiate between various emotions and body sensations, for example, distinguishing between feeling sad and feeling angry, or feeling tired and feeling hungry. Hyper-awareness is when we have a reduced or impaired awareness of our own internal bodily sensations and emotional state. These are kids who don't feel pain, for example, or have a high pain threshold, or on a hot summer's day are still wrapped up in their jumper. It's also linked to depression. So, for example, when we're depressed, our body's not picking up those cues of joy and happiness, for example. And equally, the traumatic response of dissociation again leaves us unable to read our bodily sensations and leaves us feeling disconnected and numb. When we're over-responsive or hypersensitive, we might feel more pain. So these are the kids who hurt themselves and have big overreactions to small injuries. We might get distressed when we need the toilet or can't manage the feeling of hot or cold. It's also linked to anxiety. So when we're anxious, we're really in tune with those bodily sensations, but we might not be reading them accurately. So the smallest variation in heart rate might lead us to feelings of anxiety. And feelings of panic are amplified. Our feelings in general are amplified, so we might feel our emotions more intensely than other people. And both hyper and hyposensitivity can lead to emotional outbursts, withdrawal, and feeling confused and unsure about our feelings, and ultimately leaving our nervous system in a state of dysregulation. As you can imagine, difficulties with interoception can cause problems at home or at school, so here are some things we can do about it. Deep breathing can help us enhance our interoceptive awareness. It allows us to consciously regulate our breath and connect with our body. We can take time during our daily activities to pay attention to our body signals. Checking in with kids is really helpful for this. We might want to play games like Simon Says, but use cues like Simon Says, clench your fist, or breathe really fast. Teaching mindfulness and yoga is really helpful. As you can see, this list is by no means exhaustive. Add your own in the comments. Let me know what your class like, what body breaks you do, and follow along to Sarah Talks Trauma for more ideas.